Big event to tell you about today for Americans whose trust and finances were shattered by the risky behavior of America's big banks. Today, the man heralded as the nation's best banker, Jamie Dimon of JPMorgan Chase, told Congress, "I am sorry and I was wrong for the recent risky gamble that lost his company more than $2 billion. And by the way, if you don't think the banks deserve bailouts, Dimon says you're right." And ABC's David Muir is here.
Diane, as you know, Jamie Dimon was lauded for steering JPMorgan through the financial crisis untarnished, but we watched a much different portrait unfold today.
It was a harsh spotlight today for the bank CEO with the normally golden glow. JPMorgan chief Jamie Dimon celebrated for bringing his bank through the financial crisis untainted, unscathed no longer.
Jamie Dimon's a crook.
Angry protesters greeting Dimon before his grilling on Capitol Hill. And across this country, a simpler question. Just 4 years after the financial crisis, how on earth did a bank this big make a trade this risky? Billions lost within weeks. Dimon at first said this was just a tempest in a teapot, but today, sounding a much different tone.
I was dead wrong.
At one point, Dimon saying that risky trade morphed into something else.
What did it morph into? Russian roulette?
It morphed into something I can't justify that was just too risky for our company.
A humbling moment for the CEO with humble roots, who'd long been credited with being a master of risk.
Jamie Dimon is somebody who grew up in Queens. He's still very much like the guy in the playground. He has sharp elbows, and he'll argue until you 100% convince him wrong. And
when you do, he does what he did on Capitol Hill today.
Exactly, and then he says, "I was wrong."
I'm absolutely responsible. The buck stops with me.
Dimon acknowledging today the complex trade was flawed, poorly reviewed. In the wake of the financial collapse, it was Dimon who was the loudest, arguing against new oversight, new regulations. Today, he said, "Bring me back. I'll help write them."
Me and lots of other folks said, "We'll do whatever you want. We'll even get apartments down here. Let's go."
The trademark charm this grandson of a Greek immigrant used to forge his reputation. Tonight, rebuilding it.
Is that a sign of a CEO who knows the temperature of the American people?
I think it's a CEO who's been humbled, and he has been humbled. He's the guy who maneuvered the biggest bank in the nation away from the financial crisis, and now he's been humbled, and he's clearly acting that way.
Of course, we already know some JPMorgan executives are gone, and today word Dimon might force some traders to give back pay, that clawback option, clawing back pay for those risky trades that spiraled out of control under his watch.
It was a Greek drama in many
was.
senses of the word today. Thanks, David.